Well, the cool thing here is that we have found a wonderful business credit card from San Diego County Credit Union. And this is a business card with a large limit, up to $20,000, and all kinds of credit are welcome. Don't go anywhere because you're going to love today's conversation. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about a large business credit card limit from San Diego County Credit Union, the SDCCU, and the maximum limit is $20,000 business credit card. And before I get into the actual conversation, please understand that we have no association with this credit union. We have no relationship with them. They have not paid us. This video is purely instructional and educational. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about the San Diego County Credit Union Visa Business Credit Card and maximum limit. So the limit fluctuates between $5,000 and $20,000. The APR, dirt cheap. It goes from 2.35% to 18.35%, and the speed of application review is 1 to 2 days. They have a fast turnaround in the SDCCU. We love that, and there are no extra conditions, and the minimum FICO is 530. You can see that even if you have poor credit, you could still qualify for the San Diego County Credit Union Business Visa card. And we love the fact that when you get this card, you actually also get the benefits that come with a basic business checking account from SDCCU. That's fantastic. And this card has a bevy, a collection of benefits. You have roadside dispatch, business hotel savings, which is pretty good if you are in a business that requires you or your employees to travel a lot. That's pretty good. You can actually enjoy the benefits of having a business Visa credit card from the SDCCU. They do have internet branch online banking. You can see you have free e-statements. You have access to a very user-friendly dashboard that allows you to track your spending through the card. And they actually waive also $25 in annual fee if you have more than $10,000 in purchases per year. Okay, so this is a card that really will suit not only an established business but also a startup. And what we love is that this card actually, once you have the card, you can actually enjoy all the network of branches that the SDCCU has nationwide. Okay, this is a pretty good card. So now let me just talk a little bit about the credit union. Again, folks, we're in this show, I'm talking to you about a massive business credit card from San Diego County Credit Union. And the maximum credit limit here is $20,000. The card is welcoming startups and established businesses, borrowers with poor, fair, average, excellent credit, all kinds of credit profile. All kinds of credit profiles are accepted. One thing I want to say here is that the SDCCU is San Diego's largest locally owned financial institution. Okay, they have more than $10 billion in assets. They are based in San Diego, but they cover the whole country. So it doesn't matter if you are somewhere in Kalamazoo or Austin or Teaneck or Chicago, you can still qualify. You can still be a member of this wonderful credit union. And they actually started about 80 years ago, 8 decades. And but so far they have done incredibly well. And they offer, besides business credit cards, they do offer personal credit cards. They also offer loans. They offer other kinds of financial services. So when you join them, you can actually get the business credit card that we're talking about today, but you can still also have you can have access to other products that they have. And we love the fact that they have more than 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs, 44 branch locations, and mobile and online banking dashboards and settings. So the bottom line here is that you could bank anywhere, anytime. Okay, and they do have great rates. You can see the rates on the screen right now. Very competitive rates when you talk about auto loans, when you talk about other kinds of credit products. fantastic. And after evaluating this credit union on tens of criteria, including credit card variety, credit card amount generosity, cost, reputation, and customer service, we assigned this organization a score of 10 over 10. In our view, San Diego County Credit Union is one of the best credit unions in the country. Now let me talk to you a little bit about the card in depth. So the card that we're talking about today, folks, I'm talking to you about a massive credit card from San Diego County Credit Union. Maximum credit limit $20,000, and the minimum is $5,000. This is an unsecured card, so you don't have to make a deposit. It's not a secured card. It is unsecured, and we love the turnaround. Basically, the average turnaround is 36 hours. So once you apply, if you check all the boxes, if you have a solid application package, a decision should be made within 36 hours, 36 to 48 hours. And minimum FICO required is 530, and there are no extra conditions. The only problem, in our view, there are two problems here with this card. The first problem is that the rates are a little high, but again, it comes with the territory. You just have to think about what works for you. And so the rates, the APR fluctuate between 2.35% to 18.35%. But based on our research, it's very rare for a borrower to get to 35. They usually get two digits, around 10 or 12%, which is not bad, but you've got other credit cards that offer lower rates, okay? Credit cards from credit unions, of course. And so that's the first problem. The second problem is that this card has a constellation of fees, which is crazy. So if you basically, they have the annual fee is waived, so no problem. So the annual fee of $25 is waived if you spend $10,000 annually. But then you have cash advances, 14.99%. Sometimes it can go all the way to 20%. You also have purchases. You can go all the way to 18%. And you have international service, what they call international service assessment fee, which is 2% of the amount of the purchase or cash advance. This is for international transactions, so AKA foreign transaction fee. They also have a transaction fee for cash advances. And so this is something that you have to be aware of. If that works for you, fine. They also have an over credit limit fee. So $20 for any month the balance of your account on the statement date exceeds the approved credit limit by $500 or 20%, whichever is less. So you have to be aware of those fees. Let me talk to you a little bit about eligibility. Again, folks, in this show, I'm speaking to you about a huge credit card from San Diego County Credit Union. And the maximum amount is $20,000, the minimum $5,000, okay? To be eligible, first you got to be part of the credit union. This is analogous to all kinds of credit unions in the country. You got to be a member first to enjoy the benefits or to sign up for other products. So if you don't live in Imperial, Los Angeles, Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, San Diego, San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, or Ventura counties, don't worry, because you can open your account at STCCU through the Financial Fitness Association. All you have to do, you have to make a small donation of $8 to this association, and that's it. You're in. Okay, so besides the credit union membership, you got to make sure that you have at least a credit score, a FICO score of 530. That's the minimum, and you got to have annual revenue. So the San Diego County Credit Union has not published the minimum revenue requirements for businesses, but based on our research and the conversations we have with people, they want you to have at least $10,000 in revenue every single month. So that works out to be about what, 120K every single year. And they also want to have an updated business plan. If you apply online, they're not asking you for the business plan, but if you apply at the branch, it will be great for your application to add to the application itself a business plan. And sometimes they might ask for additional, what I call ancillary operational documents, such as business licenses and permits, business insurance plans, incorporation documents, articles of incorporation, articles of organization. If there are some financial statements, you need to add those. And if you don't bank right now with a credit union, they might want to see the last three business bank statements, for your account. And if you have a software such as QuickBooks or Wave or Xero, you can actually make a screenshot and just show them to the credit union officer, the loan officer, or the credit card officer that you meet at the branch. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Security Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation about a high credit card limit, business credit card limit from San Diego County Credit Union. And this is the business visa, $20,000 maximum, minimum $5,000. All kinds of credit profiles are welcome. And what we're doing today is that, so I've spoken to you already about the credit card facts, a little bit about the issuer, the San Diego County Credit Union. I've spoken to you about the card in depth. Now let's talk about eligibility. I already spoke about eligibility also. Let's talk about now about the evidence that you need to provide. What is the evidential matter, the evidential paperwork that you need to provide to the credit union officers? First, you need to have a credit card application form. That you can do this online, or you can go to the branch. If you live in the area, if you live in California and you live in the counties that I had talked about earlier, you can just walk into a branch, sit down and have a conversation with a credit card department officer, and just explain to them what you're looking for. And that is totally possible. So the credit card application form, they will ask you a little bit about some information about the business, the financials, the historical data. So maybe last year, 2 years ago, and some projected data, okay? And then they might require the resumes of the key membership, the key leadership. If they have a LinkedIn profile, that's perfect. Just tell the officer that they have a LinkedIn profile, send the links to them, to him or her. And they might also ask you to have financial statements. Again, here we're talking about a full set of financial statements. In other words, the four main financial statements of a business. So income statement, balance sheet, statement of cash flows, and the statement of stockholders' equity. They'll also ask you for income tax returns. So at the business level, though, and sometimes at the personal level. So you have to adjoin to your credit card application. You're going to have to add to that application not only your 1040s for the last 3 years, but also your 1065 or your 1120S or 1120C for the last 3 years. Okay, so income tax returns at the personal level and at the business level. They might ask you for a business plan, an updated business plan. Again, or you can have a recap. If you don't have time to do a full business plan, you can do an abridged version, a summarized version in the form of a pitch. And this could be a 5-page or 10-page, and you can show this to the loan officer. Now let's talk about how to apply. So basically, if you have to apply for this card, again, folks, I'm talking to you about what? I'm talking to you about a high limit business credit card from the San Diego County Credit Union. Okay, and so you can apply via email, via fax, through the web form, through the phone. You can visit a branch, or you can mail it in. Once you talk to someone at the bank, at the credit union, they'll let you know. And believe me, it's very easy. We reached out to them, it was very fast. And the same, if you apply online, please keep in mind that it's the same application form for business loans and credit cards. So whether you're applying for this, so don't be surprised if you see some information about loan, it's totally normal, okay? So first, to apply for this, as you can see on the screen right now, I'm gonna walk you through. So here is a form where they want you, if you're a new user, you need to have an email, you have to put your email, and you have to put your password. That way you register, and then they want to have a multi-factor authentication enrollment. So they will ask you to put some identifying information. So you have to select your image. Okay, you can change. I mean, I just kept the cat, but you can change it, not a problem. And you want to actually create your phrase, So the phrase that you can remember, make sure you can remember the phrase. Okay, this is identifying information. It is quintessential that you remember. And then step 3, you have select and answer security questions. So what city were you born in? You put the city in there, and then they're asking you what high school did you attend. Put the information there. Well, what is your favorite food? There. What is your favorite song? Put the info. And what is your shoe size? 100. Am I a dinosaur or whatever? So step number 4, you need to register the computer on which you are applying. Okay, and once you do that, you go to the next screenshot. You can see here it has a series of disclosures, 3. So you just have to check all the boxes and click next. So once you do that, you have access to a new screen. So basically you're in. So now you are a registered member. Okay, and here you just have to fill in the information, your personal information, your name, your social security number, your date of birth, and your citizenship status. And then you have to put your contact information, your home phone, your work phone, your email, the primary contact method. Those are pretty straightforward. And they want to know also from you, they want to have your contact information, of course, that I already said, and your current address, so where you live currently, and whether you want to have a co-application or if this is just a single application, mention that. And the one thing you also need to do here is that once you have that, they will switch to the financial information. Remember, they have the borrower information, and then they'll have the business information. So now let's talk about the borrower financial information. So I've spoken to you about the basic information. Let's talk about the borrower financial information. So here they want to have some information about your employment story, right? Your status, whether you're employed, your title, your again, all this kind of information is they're just trying to paint a picture of financial stability or financial lethargy. All right, so whether you are active financially or you are, lethargic. That's just what it is. If you're a little shaky in terms of your finances, they are asking you years in profession, the length of employment at your current company, your monthly income information. Just plug it in. You put, if you have extra income, let's say you have dividends or you have all kinds of revenue from rental income, for example, you want to put it there, and you make sure you describe what it is. Other income 1, other income 2, and they're even saying here is that they're specifically excluding alimony, child support, and separate maintenance income. Okay, now this is something that is, of course, part of your income, but you can exclude it if you don't wish to have them considered as a basis for repaying this obligation, the credit card. And then you have your monthly. They want to have an idea of your monthly expense information, right? If you're paying mortgage, alimony, child support, and other expenses. Pretty self-explanatory. Now let's move on to the next one. Here they want to have, so now they're switched, so they're done with the borrower information. Now they're talking about the business information. Here they want to know the name of the business, your tax ID, this is your EIN, the status of the business, whether it is a new business or an existing business, or what if you had acquired an existing business, the industry you're in, the type of the business, whether you are a LLC, LP, S corp, C corp. Remember that if you can still get this loan from SDCCU if you are a sole proprietorship. However, the amount they're going to grant you will be very small compared to if you had incorporated. And if you have you just want to put a brief description of your business there, and you just put the business address there as well, that will be very helpful for the loan officer or the credit card officer who is going to review your account. And then the next slide, they want to have an idea of your business gains and losses. So you put in your sales, your net income, your depreciation and amortization, if that applies to you, interest paid, owner salary draw, non-recurring expenses, and rent. Remember that all this info should be, you just got to take it from your accounting software, okay? And the loan information here, they put loan information, but again, as I said, you can skip that part, okay? Where they say what is the general purpose of the loan, like the very last, the next to last column at the bottom where it says requested credit limits. This is where you put your credit card limit, the one that you want. Is it 15 grand, 20? Remember, 20 grand is the maximum, so you can put whatever you want there. and they're asking you what is the general purpose of this loan. Again, this application applies to both loans and business credit cards. So you can just put whatever you want to use the card for everyday purchases or whatever. That's not a problem. So once you click next, you just go to a page that says submit. We did not click next here because we're not applying for a loan, and we didn't want to give too much personal information. But once you click next, it sends you to a page where you just have to sign, review everything, and you just should be good to go. All right, folks. I just want to quickly talk to you also. I want to give you some pro tips about how to quickly apply for this loan and get it. It's not a loan, actually, a credit card. So I'm talking to you about a massive credit card, a massive business credit card from San Diego County Credit Union. Maximum loan amount, maximum credit card amount rather. The limit is $20,000, minimum $5,000. If you want to increase your chances of getting the credit card, go to the branch, or you want to speak to someone. If you don't live in California, if you don't live in the counties that I had indicated earlier, you just want to have a conversation with someone on the phone, it's better. Don't do the online thing, because if you do the online thing, it gets sent to the back office. Sometimes you get an instant answer, instant response that is given to you by a robot, by an algorithm. You don't want that, okay? So you want to keep your documents in order, everything that I mentioned to you, your bank statements, your income tax returns, your financial statements. You want to have your business permits and licenses, any kind of contracts that you have, any other service level agreements that you have with vendors. You just want to have a nice package that you have that you can send to a loan officer or a credit card officer, and you can also make sure that in the package that you send, you're able to demonstrate to the reviewer that you have sufficient cash flow, that your business is generating sufficient cash flow. This is very important for them to approve you for a limit as high as you want. Okay, and you also want to prepare something called, like, you got to tell them what kind of credit cards you're looking for. Remember, San Diego County, they have several types of credit cards, right? And if you don't get approved for the business Visa credit card, there might be other credit cards that you can qualify for at the personal level or at the business level. So just keep your options open, and this is the kind of stuff that you want to discuss with the person you talk to way before you hit the submit button on the application. And another thing I want to say here is that after you submit the application, if they ask you for any kind of additional information, please be responsive. You want to respond as soon as possible. Do not delay, okay? Because they're known for a fast turnaround, but if they don't see the same turnaround from you, the same speed in terms of turnaround from you, this could be a problem, because this could signal some kind of problems, and this could derail the whole application for you. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation. I was talking to you about a massive business credit card from San Diego County Credit Union, maximum amount $20,000, and I gave you a few information about a few pieces of information about the credit card itself, the issuer. I gave you, we did an in-depth analysis of the card, the eligibility requirements, the evidence needed, how to apply, and I gave you a few pro tips in terms of successfully applying for this card. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.